Hello, I'm Del Hungerford, and welcome to the Passion Recipe and VIA Assessment class. There are only 4 lessons in this class. This is the introduction, and I'm going a la casual for this because we have to do this from a place of rest. And there can be no stress about putting this together. And for a lot of people, this can be a stressful thing, especially if you've never done it before. So at any time that you feel, take a break, get into that quiet place, and just literally say with your intention, I can do this. I can do this. I had a discussion with someone the other day who said, I've never really set goals in life. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure how you can get anything done if you don't set goals. And maybe we set goals and don't realize we're setting them. But one of the things that you are for sure going to need is a journal, something to write in. Okay. And in this, you are literally going to write out all the goals that you might have for a project. This journal right here is for one specific project, and everything I'm doing for that project is in here, including budgets. I've used more than half of it already, and measurements. What else is in here? Jobs for helpers. Everything that you could possibly imagine, a list of supplies with how much they're going to cost. And I even have goals written in here for the facility, because it's about moving to a new facility. And I mean, if we don't write things out, it's going to be really tough to get things accomplished. And I actually open this up and I look at it every day, and I put my intention towards getting these things done. Now, there are going to be times when stuff just doesn't work out, and you'll find some of that in these 4 lessons, because I'm going to use myself as an example, because I can't take you anywhere I've not been myself. Everything I'm showing you, or will show you in these next 4 lessons, is stuff I've done, stuff I've practiced. I've made mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. Because honestly, I've learned more from my mistakes than I have from my successes, because we often get very comfortable when we're successful. It's only when a little strife or a little anxiety or a little something comes nipping at our door that all of a sudden we realize, oh, things have to change. So use those as opportunities to see where the adjustments can be. If you ever need any help along the way, then you can reach out to me. And I show this in the last 2 lessons. There's mentoring available. I don't have a problem doing that. It costs extra. But that is available. So there are 4 things that we're going to do in this class. There are PDFs, which I'm going to walk you through the PDFs, and they may change slightly from what you're actually seeing on the screen to what actually gets printed, because not everything is in there. For example, the links to these videos. In every PDF, there will be a link to the video for that PDF. Then there's an overall PDF, which includes all of it into one thing, showing some of my examples. And then there's a list at the end that shows the character strengths, the underuse, optimal use, and overuse, so that you can put a gauge as to where you are at any given time. So the 4 lessons are, number 1, you're going to create a passion list, a list of passions, things that you are very passionate about. And you'll learn what that is and how to do it. Then you are going to do what's called a VIA character assessment. It's the VIA Institute, or it's viacharacter.org. And you'll get the link and everything for that. And it's a free little assessment that you can look and see where your character strengths are and which categories those character strengths are in. And that will help you as an individual to work, and then as a group to work. because your strengths in a group are going to be different than your strengths when you're just doing something on your own. And I've definitely learned that because I function differently in a group than I do as an individual. Because when you're in a group, you got a whole bunch of people that have a variety of strengths, and some of your strengths are going to be stronger than others. And you rely on people who are stronger in the areas that you are not. That doesn't mean that you're not strong there. That just means it might be a subsidiary that is needed to make another one work better. So that's the VIA character. Then you are going to create passion recipes. Think of a recipe like it really is. What's a recipe? So, and I use the one with red velvet cake. Think of the ingredients of red velvet cake, what's required to make that particular cake. Recipes are made up of ingredients of character traits, your passions, which include your jobs, your hobbies, your dreams. There's a lot of other things that go into that. So you're going to create a passion recipe. That's the third one. And then the last one is setting goals. It's really important to set goals. As I said before, if you don't set goals, you don't have something to look forward to. It's like you're going to run a race. If you've ever been in track, everybody knows where that finish line is. Once the starting gun goes off, you run and you run till you get there. And there, if you've ever watched sports, there are people who fall and they'll just get up and keep running. Even if they don't win the race, they've won their race because they got up and they continued. There are times, and I'm not going to lie, where you're going to look through this and it's going to bring up some negative triggers. And I believe there are positive triggers as well. Negative triggers bring you back to trauma and things that are keeping you from moving forward. If you, anytime in the middle of this, you get stuck and you just can't figure out how to move forward, more than likely there's a blockage somewhere and you'll need to figure it out. But we don't look at that negatively. We must look at it from a positive position. You know, I used to make a joke of it. Let's go fishing for triggers so we can get rid of them, so we can move forward. And to me, I'd rather do that. I'd rather just deal with the thing so that I can move on to the next thing, because I don't like being stuck. And sometimes, as much as I hate to say this too, we got to be stuck for a while, because sometimes we have to learn something while we're there. And if we don't learn that thing at that moment, then it's hard to step into the next thing. So even being stuck is okay at times. Learn from it. We learned from our mistakes. So without further ado, let's move on to the class, and please check out video number 1 first. I am asking you, this is on the honor system, don't go to the next lesson until you've completed the assignment for the first lesson. All right. Now we're going on to the next class. See you in lesson 1.